Well, hey everybody, this is Johnny from Garden Valley Brewing. And today I'm here at the Tall Pine Brewing watering section, if you will. And yesterday I made him this keezer or kegerator, and I just kind of want to go over it with you so you know how to do it and what you need to do it. So this is, your standard about a 3 foot by 2 foot freezer you can buy at Costco, Walmart, wherever, for about 100 and change. And pretty simple, really, what to do here. So, you build this 2x4 frame here. You can see it here coming around. And you kind of, to figure out where it's supposed to line up, you want it to be in here. Okay, so it's pretty easy. You measure that out, build your frame to fit right in this space so that the seal will close down on it. So you build the frame like that. Okay, now before you do, you can see the hinges back here. You're going to remove them from the freezer. You take that little protective cover off, and there's 4 screws for each hinge. Just take them out. And you can't see it back there, but I put the originals back in their original holes, so if you ever want to return it to a freezer, you could. So anyway, we've got our lid off. We build our frame here. Once you get that, you're going to get some standard white caulk. You're going to go all around here. You can see that I've gone all the way around. And you're going to caulk this thing up so that you got a good seal, so that this 2x4 frame is going to be sealed to the freezer real good. Now I did go ahead and put a bead underneath it here before I put this frame down. Swiggle it all the way around underneath of it, put it down, and then I went ahead and I put the caulk in and then did the old finger swipe to make sure it's in there. Okay, and so anything we're going to drill now, install, is going to be installed in the wood, and that way we're not affecting the integrity of the freezer itself. Okay, so then I went ahead and installed just a single tap for them. So you're going to have to buy a shank, tap shank, that's this. Then you're going to need to buy the part that hooks up to the hose keg. Okay, this nut here, shank nut. You're going to want one of these tap spacers. And you're going to want to buy a tap, which is just this part here. It doesn't include the handle. You can buy this cheaper version, or they have more expensive Perlick faucets. Whatever your druthers are. Then you need a tap handle. This is one I bought at a secondhand store for $1, but you can buy a cheap black tap handle online, like that tall, for like $1 also. Okay, then what else are you going to need? So you need a CO2 tank down there. Now if you have a medical supply company near you, you can just go buy one. And then each time you need to fill it, just go down there and they swap you a new one. They last about a year, depending on how much gas you use. You're going to need a regulator. They're about $50. You're going to need some gas line. It's typically red, but it can be anything really. And then you don't need to have this distribution module that I have here. I happen to have an extra one, so I put it in here for them. You could go right to a gas fitting to go into your corny keg. There's the gas fitting. Let's put that away from there. However, the module is cool because you can add more kegs. So I have a 3 module, 1, 2, I have a 3. So I can put 3 kegs in here. This thing will hold 3 corny kegs or 3 6-barrels from a distributor, whatever you prefer. So anyway, you get your gas module here. You're going to hook up the gas side, again, to your gas fitting that goes to your corny keg. And you're going to come out of your corny keg, out of the out, with the liquid fitting right to your tap here. Okay, so really there's not much to the inside here. Now you could always get a Sankey keg tap. Essentially both of these lines on this keg would connect to the one tap, so you could put that into like a standard 6-barrel. Okay, my kegerator, one of my extra lines has a Sankey tap already on it, so I can interchange. Okay, and now in the back here we drilled this hole. And what we have here is a temperature probe. You can see it down there. I try not to have it laying exactly against the wall of the keezer because it'll activate too quick, or it'll turn it off when, you know, warmer than it really is. And I drilled through the wood back there also. And that goes to our temperature regulator down here. Now this is your top of the line digital regulator. Essentially the keezer is plugged into it here. And then this is going to sense when the inside temperature, which I have set to 38 right now, if it gets warmer than that, it's going to turn the power on to the freezer until the freezer gets to 38, and then it's going to turn the power off. And then the temperature controller itself is what gets plugged into the outlet here. So there's not much to this really. I built this in about 2 hours. Pretty simple stuff. And then went ahead and kegged up their beer for them, you know, after the caulk dried. And so, you know, once you get this all done, you just want to go around and make sure you can see that seal is sitting right on that frame perfectly. No gaps. So we're not going to have any leakage. So there it is. Keezer, pretty easy to build. Get you one. As always, our Garden Valley Brewing videos are filmed at beautiful Terrace Lakes Resort in Garden Valley, Idaho. This is Johnny with Brewing Assistant Chico. Until the next video, stretch those livers.